This is the holiday theme, because we're very close to the holidays. And everybody has their way of celebrating the holidays. And I'm going to ask you, how do you get into the spirit of the holidays? How do you do it personally? Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. When I asked you how you get into the spirit, there's a variety of ways that you can do it. Perhaps you get a Christmas tree and you can decorate your home. Maybe you send out holiday cards. Maybe you listen to Christmas music or put on a holiday movie. You might volunteer your time or give to charities. Maybe you call family or friends. Or maybe you take a shower, you gift wrap yourself, and you wait for your wife to show up. Well, as you might expect, I have a slightly different approach for getting in the mood for the holidays. It wasn't always this way. I married into a family, and when I became part of this family, there was a large Christmas feeding frenzy that occurred. To get ready for this, and the onslaught that would show up at Christmas Eve at my house, I decided to create a ritual. And every Christmas Eve day, I would go to the mall. Now, if you think that fighting a crazed group of shoppers, last-minute shoppers, to fight for a parking spot in front of the mall, if you think that that is way to get in the mood, it really works for me. Rushing into the mall for the last-minute gifts always gets me into a frenzied holiday mood. What a blessing it is to watch desperate people desperately shopping. You writing that down? Okay. Especially desperate men doing last-minute shopping, and men desperately have a tendency to do. Just feel the love. Nothing says love and appreciation like a last-minute gift. Just came up out of nowhere. Now, I want you to know something. This is why I have to wear the helmet. Pushing and shoving over a bargain rack or two makes it a full contact sport and offers an opportunity to not only get some exercise, but it gives you a chance to emotionally connect with some of the other late holiday shoppers. Tonight I want to share, this is really what the story is about. Tonight I want to share my favorite Christmas shopping story that happened on a Christmas Eve. 4 years into my marriage, my wife asked me, why do you go to the mall every Christmas Eve? And I explained to her that it was the ritual. I like being around hostile, negative people. She was almost entertained by that, but my 19-year-old son overheard. And he was a little socially awkward, and he said, I'd kind of like to go with you for the experience. Naturally, I wanted to be a great male mentor, and so I said sure. Now, we didn't want to wait till the last minute, so we got up early and got to the mall as it was opening. The nervous energy of desperation was pretty low, but we made our way up the escalator. Now, how many people like escalators in malls? The beauty of them is because you can get a bird's eye view of the mall madness, right? So we stumbled into a woman's clothing store, and we were greeted by the perfect male fantasy. 5 bored salespeople rushed up to help 2 desperate men find a treasure that we didn't even want. We didn't even know that we wanted. Now, let me stop and say, these 5 were young, attractive women, and what they had was they glowed with helpful enthusiasm. I knew that this was the perfect situation to play dumb and innocent. I also looked at my son, and his eyeballs were popping out of his head, and it was really worth watching him, but he was hiding behind me because he was a little socially awkward. Naturally, they asked me what we were looking for, and naturally I had to say, well, I don't know. But a thought did pop into my head. Yes, a short, tight dress for my wife sounded good. The next obvious question was eagerly asked. They said, "What size is your wife?" I looked around the 5 women. I pointed to 2 and I said, "Well, she's your size." And they volunteered to go try on dresses for me. And 2 of the other women were running around in the store to select the best merchandise. I have to admit, this is one of the highlights for me. There were several dress changes. And then the tight, short, green cocktail dress appeared.
On somebody else.
Something similar to this, because it wasn't that. Thank you for the demonstration. It was actually on somebody when they came out, by the way. And I knew that I had to acquire this dress and pay for all this high level of entertainment I was experiencing. So I paid for the dress, and naturally, I needed assistance with wrapping it, which they seemed to be willing to do. When my son recovered from the heart-pounding experience, we made our way home. We put the package under the Christmas tree. So let's flash forward a whole day, almost a whole day. My wife stumbles in, she finds the package, she opens the package, and she stares at the dress. You know, her style of fashion was very different than mine. You know, she tended to wear loose-fitting flowered dresses that looked a lot like Grandma's old curtains to me. And they sort of ballooned over her slender figure. But I encouraged her to go try on the dress. And when she returned, she was radiant, beautiful, disturbingly attractive. And by the way, it fit like a glove. Maybe a sausage. Anyhow, she gave me that look, and she said, this was a good excuse. She says, "You never take me any place where I could wear a dress like this." Naturally, I never saw the dress again. But the memories were worth every penny and linger sweetly on. Now, just to let you know, my older son always volunteers to go shopping with me on Christmas Eve. So gird your loins, follow your holiday rituals to prepare you for the best holiday ever. And then get ready to rumble, because Christmas is coming. Thank you.